What's going on, everybody, and welcome back for a new video. This right here is a 240 efficiency nuke, and we're reaching the end of this one. I do want to make a 255 as well, but we'll see how long I get with that. It might be a little bit after this upload here. It's going to be a few days probably. I need to schedule the faction let's play as well probably. So it's going to be within the next few days. But this right here is a 240 efficiency nuke. Let's go ahead and press the button before we speak about this cannon right here. Now we're getting a lot of TNT, and we're basically seeing there's a little bit of lag right here. And now that we are going so high as well, you'll see that you'll only be able to make one shot per. So normally we use these comp here because we can stack it as high as possible. You'll still be able to do that. You'll just end up with this amount of left. So you will need to go ahead and stack this up here. Or of course on factions you will have to print that in. Now, as you saw the nuke right there, I'm going to go ahead and shoot one more time here for you guys. We are nuking it from 243, I'm pretty sure, all the way down. Now, it might leave 1 or 2 sand, as you can see right here. We could easily get rid of this sand right here very easily by adding one more nuke or one more hammer, and you should be pretty much good to go. But I really don't feel necessary to do that right now. Because there's only one sand, so it's not really worth it. And sometimes that sand actually disappears as well. So there's really no need for it to do it. But as I said earlier, these cannons are getting pretty big, and we're using a lot of TNT. It is potentially a weight option to weight an entire buffer with this. I wouldn't really prefer it, but there is the possibility you'll be able to do it, because I added enough power right here to shoot 27 chunks. And since the buffer limit is 20 chunks on most faction servers, you should be able to go pretty far and make it there. Now, going into the cannon, we right here, as I talked about before, that we have our one push sand compression. This sand compression here basically allows you to have a working cannon, basically, because on a lot of servers you are not allowed to, or the server has plugins that actually stops you from using either too many pulses on your comparator, which pulses is what you see going on when you do something like this. So the pulses here might be limited on some servers. It's rare that I see pulses being limited. It's not rare that I see that pistons is getting limited, because that is basically also a way to stop autocannons. I wouldn't prefer it, but some servers do it, and that's why I have these right here, so we don't push too many pistons at once. So this right here basically works on most servers because it doesn't uses too many piston pushes, and it doesn't use too many comparator pulses, which is make it kind of good for all servers in general. Of course, if you have to shoot your own cannon, then I would probably prefer another sand compression. There's plenty of sand compression out there. If you know your server, you will probably know what the capabilities is on the server, and you could choose another comp. Not that this one is bad, it's actually pretty good, but it is designed to be at a lower Y level because you can stack all this up here and shoot multiple times and stuff like that. But it's a good enough comp to let it stay. Now, going into the cannon itself, I'm not looking at the sand compression too much. We have a 13 long power. We have a, yeah, so it's 13 by 13, meaning you'll be able to shoot 27 chunks. I already said that. Let's not go into that. We also have a little bit too much slap bursts for my taste, but I do this because some servers, or some factions put a hell of a lot slaps down at bedrock to stop efficiency nukes, or stop nukes in general. So they put a lot of slaps, because then you have to shoot more than once, maybe 2 or 3 times, which is pretty smart. But I made sure that you only need to shoot once and it will still nuke. Of course, you could still add up on it if you wanted to. We still have like it's 240 or 254, so you should be able to add 2 more or something like that. Now, when we got into that 254, I made that because I want you guys to be able to have a kind of box on top. So let's say that you're raiding someone and you kind of want to have a box around it, and you don't want it to be so high that you'll have to do something like this, you know, and then box it in like that. You can't really water it and stuff like that, which is getting really annoying, and you don't really want to do that. So I made it a 254, so you'll be able to make a cannon box and a roof on it and water it, and you should be good to go. Also, I made sure that you will actually be able to stack the full amount. Of course, if you don't have a roof on it, you'll be able to do it all the way up here, but in theory, you should only be able to do it all the way down here, which is also, this right here is enough sand to actually stack and all everything, so there's not going to be any problems with building a cannon box around this bad boy and actually use it. The cannon is built at 239, and that's of course, that's of course if you want to have a cannon box. You know, you don't need to have a cannon box around it, and I did make the cannon so you could build a 240 as well if you prefer that. Um, but the possibilities is here for you guys if you need it. Now that was a little bit of talk about the slap bust, the hammer, and the power. Now we're going into the efficiency nukes. So the efficiency nuke is a is it's made out of two parts. It's made out of the second hammer down, which is down here. This huge thing right here is the second hammer down. And this right here is, yeah, the nuke. So how it works is that, and I'm gonna explain you why it works after. So this right here, whenever you press the button on this bad boy right here, the first thing you'll see, besides what's going on over there, is that you see the sand falling, and whenever all the sand have fallen into the cobweb or is in the falling stage, as soon as it is that, you will be able to take off your nuke. And of course, when the nuke goes off, the hammer goes off, because we need to get this tunnel effect like the slap boss and the hammer have. So it goes off at the exact same time, but it's important that your nuke goes off after the sand have fallen. And here comes the explanation. Order of entities is basically it's basically a golden rule. Whatever you activate first explodes first or moves first. So in this right here is that you activate all your sand first, meaning that will stack first before the nukes even get in, or before the nukes even start to move. And we need that because we are having the nuke going in right here. It goes in with the sand, it goes into the same block with the sand at the wall. Therefore, it's important that we have all our sand activated first, so it stacks first. If we didn't have that and we activated the nuke before the sand even has started falling or like half fallen or whatever, you will see that the nuke will get stuck in the sand stack somewhere around midway or something like that, all depending, of course, on your sand. So a lot of people have asked me how do I fix this. Well, you just need to make sure that all your sand have fallen before this bad boy here takes off with all this TNT. Now another thing, when you're using one push, make sure that you do a little bit more sand, and you do that because it's a one push, meaning the sand that pushes it out, like pushes all the sand out of the cobweb, can't be order of entities because it will already be last. Like this one right here, this one pushes all the sand that has fallen right here, and it's gonna push it out, and it's gonna push this sand here with it. So there's gonna be two sand. Now this sand right here will only go after 10 full repeaters because it needs to. Sorry, it needs to go as soon as this one here blows up, so it will get shut out. So of course you won't be able to use this entire side right here to follow order of entities, meaning that it's going to be all these pistons right here is count for one sand, that's 14 sand. 14 sand on this one right here, that's 28, meaning you're going to need, if you look at the right there, 240, so you're going to push 240 plus 28 into your cannon, or else it won't really work. But that's basically how efficiency nuke really works. There's not really much more into it. It's actually pretty simple if you look at it, and it shouldn't be too hard for you guys to try. See if you can build your own efficiency nuke. I do want to go in a little bit about what is called the nuke, to start like the why we call it efficiency nuke and why we are saving TNT doing it this way. I do want to come into it, but I think it should have its own video because it might be like 15 minutes long or 10 minutes long, and it's already been 9 minutes now. So I'm gonna go into that later, why we use these pistons right here and why we have it like we have it, and stuff like that. More detailed information about what exactly is going on and how all this works here. I'll make a video properly about that, but again, it's not going to be this video right here. Now, I think that will be pretty much it about the efficiency nuke. This right here is the 240. I do want to make a 255. But if nobody wants a 255, then there's no reason to make one. But I will do it if you guys need it. I don't like 255s, but I'll do it. And I'm pretty sure I'm gonna make it a lot more compact than this. Like a 255 gets too big if you want to have the hammer right here and stuff like that. So I might make the hammer on the side or something like that. We'll figure something out about it and we'll try to make it as compact as possible, of course. But I think that'll be just about it for this video here, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video here. And if you do, remember to like this video here and comment down below if you have any questions, suggestions, whatsoever. Doesn't really have to be concerned efficiency nuke, it could be just about anything related to cannons or factions. But make sure to leave a comment. But as always, guys, remember to subscribe to my channel. My name is Sexter, and I'm out.